Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. Your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. Reach out to me directly. Email tmosso@thewatchbox.com. Today, we're discussing a 2015 limited edition of 20 pieces, part of the 10th anniversary of the brand. This is the HMX, which could also be interpreted as the HM10. Now, the watch is remarkable, a driver's inspired timepiece, really designed more than anything as a celebration of the brand and a bit of a special series for longtime collectors. The watch is a combination of grade 5 tie and stainless steel with sapphire viewing ports, and it is above all inspired by driver's watches from the 1970s. This model is in Ferrari red. Other colors included Bugatti blue, Lotus black, and British racing green to hammer home the road-oriented aesthetic. Now, the watch is difficult to account for size-wise. It is 46.8 millimeters from end to end, but a different way of measuring it, across, it is 44.3. It is also 20.7 millimeters thick, and of course it uses proprietary straps. Throw it on my wrist of 16 centimeters circumference, and it really doesn't wear like the dimensions suggest. Saying the watch is 46, 44 implies something huge, like an Hublot Big Bang or King Power, and this is nothing like that. The watch has a remarkably comfortable feel on the wrist. Actually, if you look at where the pivot centers of the strap are, you can see that the pivot centers are actually quite far inboard, almost 4 millimeters inboard of the outermost point from which the distance across the wrist is measured. So I think even if you've got a wrist of 14 centimeters circumference, you could wear this watch well. You can see why it's called a driver's watch. Imagine my hand on the wheel right here, and I've got my wrist craned at an angle. Now I can see that is just about 9 o'clock on the scrolling minutes and jumping hours, and that is the idea, inspired by 1970s driver's styles such as the Girard Perregaux casquette and the Amida Digitrend. Taking a quick look at the strap, it is full custom, Ferrari red textile inside calfskin, perforated like you would have seen on vintage driving gloves and upholstery. You can see there's a contrasting gray stitch with a double binding. We have screws fixing the strap to the case, calfskin on the bottom as well. We have an MB&F branded alternately satinated and polished pin buckle. There are no default designs at MB&F. Even this titanium piece has been agonized over by designers. The case is handsome, and as you can see, it features not just a combination of 3 different primary materials, but also contrasting finish between polish and satination. And if you flip it over, you can also see that there's media blasting. Now, of course, there were 4 versions. There were 20 examples of each version. So there are 80 HMX or HM10 models in total. Now, I call it the HMX because there's also an HM10. So I believe HMX is the proper way to say the name of this watch, even if, strictly speaking, it was designed to celebrate the 10th anniversary of Max's company. And of course, Max is all about creativity. He likes to say a creative adult is a child who survived. A couple of little MB&F motifs here. You could see that we've got the battle axe logo on the crown, and then an optical system that takes the time discs, which are actually flat, they're in this plane, and then there's optics, lenses, that bend the image of the discs so that they're now in this plane. So what appears to be a set of scrolling time displays that are erect is actually a lens pair that bend the image of the flat discs, and I'll actually demonstrate this right here. You have to pull the crown out first. There you go. You could see the discs are turning from overhead. That's quite easy to see. But then you see them in a completely different sense from this angle. And you can see the watch has scrolling minutes, but it is a true jump hour, and you can actually set that jump hour in both directions with no hazard. The watch is 30 meters water resistant, so don't take it swimming. You could see the reverse side gives you some view of the rotating automatic winding mechanism, and it has a 22 karat gold rotor, which is unusual because in this day and age we typically see 21, 18 karat, or even tungsten. The base movement is a Sellita SW300, so bidirectional automatic winding, 4 Hertz beat rate, modified to be a 29 joule movement, a 42-hour power reserve. It does have stop seconds, though there are no seconds displayed, so that's sort of academic. The module is MB&F's own, so there's some in-house watchmaking here. This watch is all about the raffish style of the brand Max Büsser has created. Reach out to tmosso@thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details.